Good evening. I'm going to call the meeting, Select Board meeting for September 29th to order, 6 p.m. Let's start with the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge of Allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, thank you. All right. Anyone here for open forum? Seeing nobody, we'll close open forum and move into our action items. You want to take it from there? Just
Sure.
First,
The town had received from the attorney.
not her, but you can
I'm
go
sorry.
ahead, too. That's fine.
You point one of us.
Yeah,
Got to point. You got to more.
So I'm gonna be more
Charlie
direct.
was ready.
I'm gonna be more direct next time.
Oh, you want the 5
I
minutes?
stayed up.
You
Listen, I'm
got
gonna
2
be
and a half
honest with you.
minutes
I'm
to go.
a little tired today. I stayed up a little too late for me last night. Watched that 2020 or 40-40 football game or whatever the hell it was.
Okay,
Still trying to read.
12:05.
I got you.
12:05. I know.
Yeah.
It was a good game though.
12:05.
But anyways, yeah. You want to just give us what each action item is, and then we can go to Charlie and he can tell us.
Yep.
What's going on.
Okay, so the first one is to confirm the receipt of the Attorney General's decision to the town regarding proposed changes to Article 7, which was adopted at the East Bridgewater 2025 Annual Town Meeting regarding protected use accessory dwelling units, ADUs, to allow accessory dwelling units, ADUs, and ask the planning board to hold a required public hearing. Number 2, to open the special town meeting, 10/27/2025 warrant to include an article on proposed changes to the bylaw regarding protected use accessory dwelling units and to allow accessory dwelling units, and then close the warrant once added. 3, the central school project, the town election, to discuss and vote on language for the ballot question on the November 15th, 2025 special election.
That's great. We stop right there because we're going to go right through each one of these. So let's take the first one, the decision. I know Roy's here to have a discussion too. We want to come up now and you can sit down and talk about the do's and don'ts of what we got here. Charlie, why don't you start off just so that
So
everybody's aware.
the town had approved the bylaw back in May. It always has to go to the AG's office for its approval. They just sent back their approval for the most part with comments saying that there should be some, I guess, minor changes, tweaks that need to be put in. So you all know about it, town clerk knows about it, planning and zoning knows about it. Eventually, we'll have to have a town meeting to, or include on a town meeting warrant the necessary changes, but at this point, we're not ready to do that. We don't have language drafted by town council for the appropriate changes. Since we're under, obviously, a tight time frame, if we were going to try for October 27th, it would have required that we get the changes to the board would then refer those changes to planning. Planning would have to have a public hearing on it before town meeting, and then we go to town meeting. Instead, we'll bring it to whatever special or annual town meeting we have first, after this date, on the 27th, not November 10th.
Right. No, absolutely not. Okay.
Yeah, Roy Gardner from the East Bridgewater Planning Board. Yeah, my only comment is, I picked that up on I don't know which revision of the agenda that was posted on the town clerk's website, but the timelines aren't legally feasible for October 27th.
Okay.
We need at least 5 or 6 weeks ahead of time, because we have to have, at our meeting, we meet the first and third Mondays of the month.
Yep.
We have to have the language ready for our meeting. We have to review the language in our meeting, then vote to forward it to you, as well as post the date for a public hearing. That requires minimum, for the enterprise legal ads, that requires a minimum 3-week time period. Though that time period has to be before we actually hold our meeting, where we vote to have the public hearing and vote the recommendation. So
Okay.
we need more like 5 or 6 weeks advance notice. Now, we also understand, based on past practice and other bylaws that we've passed, is that the bylaw is now in effect with those changes that the Attorney General has basically redlined, if you want to call it that,
Sure.
saying we need to tweak those. We'll need a little more advice from town council, as well as some discussions on the planning board as exactly what the new wording needs to be, but
Okay.
it would have to be sometime after that. We already have discussed with the board that we don't want to have any planning board things on that November town meeting, because that's a dedicated town meeting, so it would have to be at some point after that. But we will, as soon as we have the new wording worked out and okay from, or a comment back from town council, we'll go ahead and then post a public hearing dates and times. Then at the next planning board meeting following that posting having been done, we would go ahead and record a vote for town meeting recommendation. We need to be a little careful when that is, because I think if we hold a public hearing fairly quickly and we don't go until annual town meeting, that recommendation wouldn't be valid at that point because of the timeline that the recommendations are valid for. So we'll coordinate with the select board to see exactly when it looks like. If it does look like that will be the annual town meeting, then we'll set up a schedule so that the recommendation is done within the timelines allowed by state law, so that recommendation is valid when we get to annual town meeting.
Okay, yeah. So we'll just, I guess, pass over?
Yes, there's no action to take now on number 1, and for that matter, number 2, we can pass over, since
Right,
we're not
right.
going to be doing that.
Okay.
Can I just ask a quick question?
Yeah, absolutely.
Is there any risk or, what are there ramifications? I understand that we have no choice, but is there any ramifications of this that are going to impact residents by not getting this adopted?
No.
On the time
Because
that we
as
got?
Roy said, basically what the AG's office has said, you need to delete line X, Y, and Z, but the rest of it's good.
So
we'll
people
just
can
fo-
still move
so we'll
forward
just
with
follow the
projects
rest,
that
yeah.
they have on this?
We
Okay.
do have a couple out there, don't we, currently for this?
At least 2 that I was aware of
Yeah, I'm
a few
aware.
weeks back. There may be more than
But
that
this
now.
won't impact those people?
I mean, the way the state law works, the building inspector is required to issue permits.
Yep.
Okay.
We need to look carefully at exactly what we need to modify in our local zoning bylaw, but the way this has been done in the past, based on several other, dating all the way back to our major changes in '87, is that the law that we adopted is in effect as of the date we adopted it, minus specific things that the Attorney General said
Yep.
can't stay.
Great, thank you.
And I think the catch-22 here is we had to, based on that state law that was changed, we had to do the local bylaw
Yep.
prior to the state issuing the associated rules and regulations. So we had no real guidance to work with prior to us adopting that, but
Right.
we'll catch up
Okay,
Yep.
thank you.
and fix that, so.
Right. Because it seems to be very actively talked about, at least up in the planning board, from my conversations with Patrick. There's quite a few people inquiring about how this is going to work.
It's an ongoing problem both at the local town levels throughout Massachusetts, as well as the state level. There's some 18 pending amendments to the ADU bylaw. When the rules and regulations came out, a significant number of the legislatures said that's not what we intended.
Right.
So they've all issued slightly varied proposed amendments, but the way the state legislature works, those got to go through conference committees. They got to be voted on before they can be acted on. And I don't think any of them have gone through conference committee yet. They're still all listed up on the state website. Most of them, my opinion, is that they try and change the rules and regulations that were promulgated by Mass Housing back to what the original 5 or 6 sentences that the legislature adopted said.
Right.
And I think that's part of the problem here is the legislature adopted basically 2 paragraphs with 5 or 6 sentences in it, and the rules and regulations, I think now some 13 pages long.
Yeah.
Yeah, the interpretation of some of this stuff is just, it's
Well,
going to go
yeah.
hog wild, so to speak, right? It's usually the way it goes. All right, Roy, I appreciate you coming in, appreciate you taking the time.
Okay.
Yep.
See you next week.
Okay, now we can go to the, so 1 and 2 is good. We got a central school project, town election. Katie, you here for this too, to discuss this, or is this something to do
I
with,
just want to make sure that,
you know what's going on?
Yeah.
We get our boxes checked.
correct.
Exactly. All right, Charlie, you want to take it from here?
Right. Well, the board's very familiar with the fact that we had planned on having a town election on November 15th, and we were going to have a question on the ballot for the central elementary school project. The board had not formally voted to, as far as I certainly know, they didn't formally vote to place the question on the ballot.
Okay.
I don't know whether they formally had also approved having the town election, so I'm covering my bases here by saying, vote to hold this special town election on Saturday, November 15th at the Gordon Mitchell Middle School from 11 to 7, and then move that the board place the following question with the wording that's here for the special town election on that date.
Right. Okay. And just so we're all clear, so the special meeting on this, or the meeting on this is on Monday, the 10th, and it's here at the high school
Junior, senior high school.
Right.
But
But-
the election is over at the Mitchell School.
on the 15th, yeah. All right, 2 different locations, 2 different schools.
So the clerk's office has already sent out the postcard to everybody in town saying, hi,
We did.
town elections, November, May, coming up, they're going to be over at the middle school.
One per household.
One per
Didn't have to
household.
send
We
one to
saved,
every registered voter. That's
We
great.
saved about half.
That's
the
awesome.
cost.
Makes sense.
Yeah, it was
Right.
wonderful.
Yeah.
Right. Let's just hope half the people that you sent them out to actually show up for that,
Right.
that vote.
That would be-
That would be good.
That would be ideal.
That'd be
Yeah.
amazing.
Right. Okay, do you want to form that in, I'm sorry, can you get any more questions or any other? No, okay. Everybody else good here?
Yeah, so I have them move on the sheet, if you can do that,
Yep,
please.
you get that sheet? Do you want to just do, so you make the motion and then,
Yeah, make a motion to move that East Bridgewater Select Board vote to hold a special town election on Saturday, November 15th, 2025, at the Gordon W. Mitchell Middle School at 435 Central Street, East Bridgewater, Massachusetts, from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Second.
all right, motion's made and seconded. Any further discussion on that? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Make a motion that the East Bridgewater Select Board vote to place the following question on the ballot of the special town election on Saturday, November 15th, 2025. Shall the town of East Bridgewater be allowed to exempt from the provisions of Proposition 2 1/2, so-called the amounts required to pay for the bonds issued in order to pay costs of designing, constructing, originally equipping, and furnishing a new central elementary school to be located at 107 Central Street, East Bridgewater, and for the payment of all other costs incidental and related thereto.
Second.
All right, motion's made, seconded. Further discussion? If not, seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Great.
Thank you.
Yep, thank you. Anything from anyone?
Nope.
Nothing? Charlie, we all good? Okay, Wednesday, we're gonna
Groundbreaking.
round break. We're gonna be convening down there at.
Very ceremonial, since there's no pipe nearby.
Oh, right. That's what I was trying to think what we're gonna do. Like, whatever. All right, and that's at the Old Mockingbird, which is now
The Mirabelle,
Merivale Ballroom, right?
right, Mirabelle.
11 o'clock.
11 o'clock. So we'll have after we dig, we'll go there and have some breakfast treats.
Breakfast treats.
But the actual digging will be done in that right-of-way,
Right.
just north of the Mirabelle.
Yep. Perfect. Okay.
I'm sorry to
You'll-
miss
you'll-
that one.
you'll
but
see-
I gotta be at work.
Literally, I mean, if you.
know I like
if you just-
treats.
If you walk 20 steps north from the Mirabelle along that side of Route
Okay.
18, you'll see a cleared area, which is our right-of-way.
Okay.
Great. All right, board, anyone? You guys, anything?
Yeah, no, I think that getting this, having this election, it's up to the town to decide whether or not they want this project done, so looking forward to see what the vote is. Yeah.
You too?
Yep,
Good?
I'm good.
Dinner's on the stove?
Dinner is on the stove.
So make a motion for adjourn?
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Good night.